I'm Izumi. I'm in my 40s and I got 2 kids. The other day I got a call from my parents. They were getting old and we had to figure out what to do with them. So they called a family meeting. Gotta see my brother. Lame. I had an older brother and we weren't on good terms. Growing up, he was always harassing me. He was always such a jerk to me. I hated him. I asked my parents to help me many times, but they never believed me. They always sided with him. But other than that, they were pretty good to me. Still, I hated my brother, and I hated the fact that he got away with it. This one time, one of my uncles saw my brother doing mean things to me. He told him to stop, but it was no use. I just wanted to get away from him. I was hoping he'd move out when he started college, but his school was nearby, so that didn't work. And even after he graduated and got a job, he kept living with his parents. As for me, I moved out of the house right after high school. My grandparents helped me out a bit financially. Never want to go back. I went to see my grandparents from time to time, but I rarely went to my parents' house. My parents and my brother always bugged me about it, but I ignored them. After college, I got a job in the city, far away from home. Then, for a couple of years, they stopped bothering me. I heard my brother got a girlfriend or something. That's probably why. Thank goodness. Then, a few years later, he told me to come over to the house. He said he was getting married. So I went to see him, but then...
Don't come to the wedding day! You hear me?
What? What was his problem?
I don't want you ruining my wedding. You better not show up.
What's your problem? You could have just told me this over the phone.
Stop talking! You make me sick! Masaki, settle down! She's your sister!
Said my dad, but it was no use.
I don't want people to find out that I'm related to you, okay? You're crazy! And listen, I'm gonna live here with my wife from now on. The house is mine. So can you waive your inheritance? I don't want to deal with you anymore.
Is mom and dad okay with this? A few years ago, both my parents inherited a large sum of money from their parents. I didn't really care about the money, but I was worried. See, both of my parents were sick at the time. Someone had to take care of them eventually. But my brother? I don't think he realized that. I don't really care about the inheritance, but what about mom and dad? Who's gonna take care of them when they get older and their illness gets worse? You think about that? To which he said,
They'll be fine. You worry too much. I'm sure I'll figure something out.
He said with a big smirk on his face. But what about your wife? Is she okay with this? She might be the one who has to look after them.
Listen, this is none of your business, okay? I'm their oldest son. I'll figure something out. Stay out of it. We don't need you, okay?
If you say so, fine. And my parents didn't say anything. Fine then, but I want it in writing.
No problem. But after this, you're out of here. Don't come crawling back to me begging me for money.
Fine by me. I know. Let's get this all on tape. How does that sound? He agreed. My brother agreed to take care of my parents. In return, I agreed to waive all my inheritance. We got it all on tape. Then we put it in writing. The deal was done. I stopped talking to my brother after that. Needless to say, I never went to his wedding. A few years later, I got married, but I never told him or my parents. My husband didn't have any family, so we had a small wedding with our friends. But then a few months later, Mom called, asking me if I got married. She probably saw my family register or something. Why didn't you tell me? I didn't want my brother to find out. Sorry. Why are you two like this? I told you already. You're so stubborn. Look, your dad and I are getting old. Maybe you should come back and... We made a deal, remember? That's his problem, not mine. Leave me out of this. But, I mean, you're my daughter and... Huh? What was she talking about? Just stop fighting with your brother, okay? You come over to the house soon. We could really use your help. What? He said he'll figure everything out. That was a deal. But he's busy. And so is his wife. Come on. I'm busy too. I work too, you know. She was there when we made the deal. So I told her to give me some of her inheritance money if she wanted my help. But then... I don't know. Your brother. He's been really good to us, you know? Deep down, he's a nice person, so... we want to leave everything with him. How selfish are you? And his wife. I don't want to trouble her. Wait, I don't even know his wife. I never went to the wedding, remember? Oh, right. Wait, I know. You could pretend to be a helper. She doesn't have to know that you're her daughter. What on earth was she talking about? She was starting to piss me off. Look, the deal is done. Leave me out of it. If you need to hire people, just use the money you got from your parents. But I don't want to. I want to leave it for your brother. You get that. She was still talking, but I just hung up on her. It was a waste of time. Then, many years later, Dad called me. I was in my 40s now.
Mom isn't feeling so well. She just stays in bed all day long. We really need your help.
Dad sounded really upset. He was never like this, so I kind of got worried. After much thought, I decided to pay them a visit. I didn't recognize the house at first. Looks like they renovated the whole place. When I rang the doorbell, this woman answered the door. Probably my brother's wife. Place looks pretty nice. Then the woman said to me, "My husband sent you a lot of money over the years. This is the least you can do." I see. So that's what they've been telling her. I realized this was a waste of time, so I said to her, "I don't know what they told you, but he never gave me a dime. And I've waived my inheritance, so we're done here." Then I left. She kept screaming behind me, but I ignored her. Screw them. They're dead to me. I was done with them. After that, my brother's wife discovered the truth. She ended up leaving my brother. My brother and his parents lost all their money in the lawsuit. My parents had to go on welfare to make ends meet. My brother lost his job, so he applied for welfare too. But he got rejected. Whatever, not my problem. He called me once, begging me to help him out, but I told him to screw off. Felt pretty good. Anyway, I'm just glad it's all over now. Time to move on with my life. Thanks for watching! Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button!